Ladies and gents, good morning to our morning mobility. We do these every Monday morning, so make sure that you tune in. It's a great way to get yourself started for the day. So often you think, 7 a.m, maybe sometimes we might do a little bit earlier. You think, no, I really can't be bothered to get up and get going at that point. Literally just roll out of bed and just start going through the motions with me. And I'll tell you, it will make such a difference to your day. And please, those of you that are really trying to make a difference to your health, the active nature of your lifestyle and the health of your lifestyle, please make sure that you use things like the day planner and the daily checklist. They really come in helpful. Anyway guys, right, so the first thing I want you to do is just stand anywhere you have a little bit of space, and I just want you to start moving the shoulders backwards, just rolling them. Don't worry about doing it perfectly right or perfectly wrong. And please remember, whenever you're doing one of the mobility sessions with us, at any stage, you can just stand up, walk around, get yourself ready again. But for now, just start rolling those shoulders backwards and make those circles as big as you can, and you'll notice that the torso then just starts moving as well. So trying to keep your hips pretty much facing forward and just focus on rolling those shoulders back as big as circles as you can. That's it. That's it. And then when you've done it that way, start going forward. Really big circles with your shoulders. Now we're just going to be taking it nice and steady this morning, really, and back again, really focusing on getting that spine, those shoulders, those hips, all nice and ready for the day. And you just find, particularly when you have mornings like this, you will just feel brilliant because of it. One more time, forward. Big circles with the shoulders. So whether you're with me live or whether you're with me on demand, just start going through the motions. I find these are a really good way to start the day or finish the day. Really great wind down. Now, before we go into anything, standing yourself up, big breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Keep going. Don't be afraid to allow that stomach to come out. One more time. Beautiful. Now we're just going to make our way down to the floor. Really just keep yourself as close to the spine as you can. Really allow everything just to drop down, hang down. Let yourself just hang. If your arms are already touching the floor, you can just cup either elbow. Now this one in particular, if you've just woken up, you might find you're like, oh God, this is a bit stiff. So really just allow yourself just to drop down, just hang. Just like was it one of those ivy plants that so many people have in their house nowadays? Just dropping down off the side of that shelf. Just let it just drop down. I'm actually a fan of those, by the way. That wasn't a dig at anyone. That's it. Really allow your head to relax. Let it just drop. Give it a little shake, side to side. Really allow that head to relax. And some of you might feel that all the way up the spine. And that's a sign there that maybe we're spending a bit too much time in this position. You've got that head kicked back. So keep relaxing. Keep really trying to drop yourself down, but including the crown of the head in that. Really allow the crown of the head to be pulled down. Don't allow that tight neck, lifted chin, desk position to dictate how that neck's gonna hang. Think about the crown of the head and let it just sink down. That's it. Now stand yourself back up. And as you stand back up, really try and press through the heels. We always, as a rule of thumb, anytime we're standing back up, want to get the bum and the hamstrings to help us out. So frequently, all of us are all back, so we're like this. That's it. Give yourself a little shake. Now get ready to go again. There's no rush this morning. Just take it in our stride. Same again, folks. Just dropping back down. Really allows yourself. Now I know sometimes you think, what's the deal with that little shake? But it just allows things just to switch off that little bit more. When you start to try and stretch part of the body, sometimes it just goes, and tightens up a little bit. That little shake just allows it to go, okay, maybe I'm all right. So just shake down if you haven't already, all the way down. Just go from side to side. If your hands are touching the floor, you can just cup the hand. And remember, we're trying to get the crown of the head to start dipping down. Just shake around. Remember, at any point, folks, you can stand up, give yourself a little shake, and then join back in. Still focusing on that breathing, bringing that nose in, and breathing out from the mouth. And again, you can stand up when you're ready. Pressing through the feet, trying to feel those hammies as you pull yourself back up. You can give that bum a little squeeze at the top. Yes, I am sporting the blue today with the little white hat. I've gone particularly Smurf-like. Shaking it around. And again, for me, I want a couple of big breaths in through the nose. In and hold. Out. Beautiful. One more time, just dropping it down. Trying to get that crown down nice and low. You can cut the elbows if you're already folding yourself in half nicely. That's it, guys. So keep that going. Don't worry about doing anything particularly right or particularly wrong. What we're trying to focus on is just feeling good for the day. So you can do this as vigorously or as gently as you like, but this morning is all about making sure that we oxygenate the system, loosen everything up, and make sure that we feel good for the day ahead. All right, stand back up when you're ready. Press your feet down into the ground. Really try and feel those hamstrings work. Now, dropping yourself down, if you are around a couch or a door frame, so somebody that really struggles with squats, door frame or couch, I just want you to sit down into that squat position. Now, why does the couch help? Because you can actually lean back against the couch if you want to and just get into that deep squat position. You can use a door frame. Imagine I had a door frame in front of me. I can just hold on to that door frame as I sit back, or preferably, if you don't need one at all, to just sit back into that squat position for me. Nice big strong knees. To really push those knees out wide, drop down into the hips as low as you can. Now if you're a real beginner, if you're way back or maybe coming out from an injury, hip or knee, you can use your couch. You can sit down, nice big strong knee position. Notice how I've got this nice good strong arch in my foot. My knees are out, and when you're down there, I just want you to start moving around, getting that knee over the foot, giving those knees a big push outwards. Another knee over the foot, lift the chest up proud. Again, you can lift up your cushion and go a little bit deeper, or like I say, if you're nice and comfortable in that squat position, just there. So just spend some time there. Now again, if you wanted to try and push things a little bit more, you can just give yourself a little bit of a bounce all over the place. Just get the joints and those positions just a little bit used to things. Morning, Hayley, how are you? That's it. So I'm just going to get myself back into this position, and then from there I'm going to drop forward with one knee. Drop forward, so I'm sitting on that heel. I'm still nice and tucked in here. I've got a nice big strong knee. I'll change my angle soon. That's it, there. Drop down into it. So same again. Here we go. So I'm going to drop forward with the other knee. Keep myself in nice and tight here. I'm sitting on this heel, rear heel. I've got everything tucked in here, but I've still got the knee out. I still want to keep the chest up nice and proud. And then from there, I'm going to try and sit back onto this rear heel again. Sit back into that squat. That one's tough. So dropping forward. So if I do it from this position, drop forward, I keep everything in nice and tight. I'm sitting on this heel, really sitting down. I've got the nice good strong there, look, nice big bridge in the foot. nice big strong knee. I'm still nice and proud posture wise, and then I'm going to sit back onto this heel, keep this knee out wide. This knee allows space in the hip there. Drop it in, a little bit of a wiggle, swap it around. Now this is a really tough move to do, so as I drop forward, if I need to rein it in a little bit more, I can keep my weight a little bit on my hands. I can drop forward there, bring this in here, and just use those hands as an additional method for support. Likewise, if I really wanted to take the pressure off, I can start in this position, come forward, real far forward, and just drop one knee down. And back out, forward, just drop one knee down. If holding that squat position, remember you can stand up and shake out whenever you need to. If holding that squat position is a big enough challenge, just stay down there. Just keep rocking from side to side. Big strong knees, proud, rocking from side to side. But again, if you're able to challenge yourself there in that position, keeping everything nice and compact, and then we're going to try and drop back. Really asking a lot for that ankle. Swap it back into that squat position. Get those hips nice and wide again. Go forward there. Complex, high level of mobility, particularly with that ankle. Here it is. Definitely tighter on this left side. That's it. Remember, folks, you can use those hands. Try and get back into that squat position for me every time you sink back, and then we roll the knee forward, drop that out. Oh! And remember, whenever you need to, stand up, shake it around. I'm going to do that for the next 30 seconds. Really, it's about where you are. We want to use this morning to just get everything all nice and loose. Beautiful. That's it. Now, straight from there, folks, one of my favourites, I want you lunging forward now. Lunging forward, nice and proud with that knee again, proud with that chest, trying to get those hips nice and close down. But today, we want to try and up it a little bit more by having that foot on something behind us. You can put your hand into the ground, twist around, and pull that position, hold that foot there. I prefer to get my foot onto something. It just allows me to relax that a little bit more, but there are pros and cons to both. So foot on something, if that's too much, just have your foot down here, nothing wrong with that. Trying to get those hips as low down to the ground as possible. But what are we doing with that front leg? We're still sticking to the same big strong knee, nice strong arch, big toes on the ground, heels on the ground. Lift that chest. Don't be afraid to freestyle it. So where do you want to end up? How do you want to test things? Is there something that you wanted to work on a little bit more? Keeping yourself in that position. We're not rushing this morning, we're taking it nice and steady. Remember, folks, big on the breaths. Breathe in and out. So I'm going to make sure I put my foot back up on the couch because that's what I wanted to try and achieve this morning. Real important. We always make sure there's a heavy hip focus in all of our mobility sessions. Too many of us are shutting down, but there is some lat and shoulder stuff coming up later on this morning. I hope you're all well. Those of you that really want to try and improve your consistency to the active, healthier lifestyle that you want to lead, make sure you use the day planner and the daily checklist found in the online hub. Simple thing, but it really makes a big difference. Now, a really great little add-on there is if you're ever supporting yourself and holding a stretch with your shoulders, you can tuck those elbows in and just sink the shoulder blades in and push them out. It's not the focus, it's just something you can add on. Really take your time with this one. What a lovely day. We're supposed to hit late 20s this week, aren't we? Right, folks, when you're ready, stand yourself up, give yourself a little shake around. Something a couple of the coaches and I were talking about this week is when we've got a studio, should we start doing live sessions in a studio? And I thought actually the authenticity of doing it in a lounge is quite nice. Let me know what you think. Right, swapping it around. So this time around, swapping those two limbs around. Remember, you don't have to go up against the couch if you don't want to. Start in this position. Nice, big, strong hamstring. Nice, big, strong knee. Drop that down. Here we go. The aim is to try and get those hips, again, left side. Doing these is really showing me where I need to work on. Trying to get your hips as close to that heel as possible. Dropping down. That's it, guys. So just breathe and relax through them. God, look how tight I am this side. That's how my bum's sticking back more. Let's drop that down into the nose. Definitely need to work on this hip flexor. I have, over the last 2 weeks, really ramped up the amount of sessions I'm doing. That's probably partly to do with it. The other is that actually, with everything that's been going on, the other 8 to 10 weeks, I've been slumping down in my chair, just over there, more than what I normally would do. Anyone else looked at how they can make their day more active? The whole walking around when you're on the phone thing, Scully's at home workout when you're making a cup of tea, those sort of things. All little stuff that make a big, big difference. So big, strong knee, folks. Drop that down. Remember, one of the things you can do if you're comfortable in this position, you don't have to have your foot up on that couch. You can switch a little bit of focus to dropping the shoulders down. Shoulder blades apart, shoulder blades together. Shoulder blades apart. It's a really weird, small movement, so if you're not used to it. I love these types of mornings. They are fantastic. Look at that sky. It's like being on holiday. That's it, guys. Good. Stand yourself up when you're ready. Now give that a little shake. Now it is handy to use your couch for this next part, or a coffee table, or anything you have around you. Because all we're going to do is just drop down one arm on the couch, just like so. And we're just going to drop back into our hips. Now notice what my thumb's doing. My thumb is up, and I'm talking across my arm just so you can see what's going on here. My thumb is up. I'm dropping down into the hips. Really keeping that thumb up. And then if I want to, I can push it that little bit harder by just trying to lean into it. Give yourself a little swing in and out of that shoulder. Really dropping in. Alright guys, so you're really keeping that thumb up. You can swing in and out of that shoulder with this hand on the couch. So you're really swinging in and out of that. Really give that a little sort of brush around in that shoulder joint. If you had any major shoulder problems, just be careful with this as you go overhead. If you haven't retrained that shoulder properly, it can be more susceptible to coming back out again. So just make sure that you give that shoulder all the attention that it needs. If it starts to hurt and ache, don't be too worried, just back off a little bit. That's it. And just remember, in through the nose. So keep exploring, and don't forget, this is your session, so at any point, if you just need to stop, just shake things around, by all means, please do. But I'd recommend to keep going for a little bit longer. Just in there. Just give it a little floss around. Really see how much you can push that depth, providing your shoulder's happy with it.
like all mobility movements, you have to be wary of the joint. You have to be wary of any history that joint's gone through. But at the same time, sometimes it starts off a little achy, a little uncomfortable, but it does get much, much easier. Right, now from this side, you're going to stay on the same arm, and you're going to drop down, shuffle to the side, drop down, and take the attention more to the chest. So if I was doing it this way, I'd have started off here, dropping back down. I'm then going to place the hand down, the shoulder's going to come forward, I'm going to get a bit more sideways on, I'm going to drop down. Again, you can just shuffle back and forth, don't be afraid to change the angle on your arm. Really trying to open up, particularly that top part of the chest. That's where we really want to switch the focus to the top part of the chest and the shoulder in and around here. So don't be afraid, with your arm on that couch, don't be afraid to shuffle that around a little bit more. You're probably looking at this sort of 45-degree region up here. So not quite 90, a bit out from there, and then from there up until roughly there. So it's the 45 degrees within the 90 degrees you're probably looking at, or at least most individuals will be. So don't worry, everybody's a little bit different, so don't worry about if you're doing it right or wrong. Don't worry about it if you're doing it slightly differently to somebody else. So in this position, I'm just going to switch back to this side. If you don't mind, just dropping back. Really dropping in and dropping out. That's it. So that's it, really dropping in and dropping out. Then switch to the other side. So hand up, thumb up. We're going to sit back into those hips. So those of you that have had any shoulder injury, just be careful. I've dislocated this shoulder twice. So I've just got to be really steady. Don't be afraid to lean into that shoulder, into that lat a bit more. So I'm pushing into the shoulder, feeling that stretch. On this side, it'll be around this, but on the opposite side, dropping down. So something which is commonly missed when you're trying to loosen up your shoulders is working on these big, thick muscles around here. Really give those some attention. You can also, if you've got a foam roller, spend some time just rolling up and down these, but that won't be particularly comfortable if you haven't done it before. Just dropping back and forth, trying to see what you can get out of that shoulder. Keeping that thumb up at all times. Definitely tight on this side. And then from there, we're going to turn over, arm flat, dropping down. Same again, flossing in, flossing out. Keep going on that one again. Remember, you can stop at any point, shake things out, and then join straight back into it. It's up to you. But really try and focus on working on that part of the shoulder. The shoulder's got so much mobility, such a mobile joint, or at least it's supposed to be. So really work those angles, change and maneuver that hand around to an area that suits you. Right, from there, just shake those arms out. That's it. Now we're going into one of the old faithfuls. I really think that this makes a big, big difference to so many people's back health, and that is just laying yourself back, lifting one leg up, let it drop across that body, really turn this over. So a really boring static stretch, something that all of you would have done many a time in the past. So we're pulling that up, dropping it across, really trying to keep our shoulders and sternum level with the ceiling, whilst we turn the hips over. Now, folks, we're going to combine our breathing with this morning with the final stages of this. Alright, so really try and feel yourself just relax into the floor. all I want you to do is breathe in through the nose, hold for 2, and out through the mouth. We're not doing anything fancy this morning. It's all about trying to relax into the floor. Ready? In through the nose. And out. In through the nose. 1, 2, and out. Now as you exhale, you can keep going. As you exhale, really focus on trying to turn that bum over. So lift it up, turn that bum over, turn that leg over, turn those hips over, and just keep focus on in through the nose. 1, 2, out through the mouth. Staying on the same side, so you're just trying to get that pelvis to turn over. Trying to let that leg drop across. The straighter you keep the leg, the more likely you are to feel it in the back of the leg as the hamstring starts to kick in. The more bent the leg, the less likely you are to feel it there. Neither's right or wrong, but the focus that we're really pushing on is round the side of that hip into that lower back. Keep breathing. Morning, Wim. That's it, guys. Good. So you're still focusing on that one side. Breathing in through the nose and out. Now, I would encourage people as much as you can throughout your daily activities to spend some time in this deep squat position. You're still focusing as it stands on lifting that leg up, dropping it across. We haven't swapped sides yet. So spend time in this squat position. Spend time pushing those knees out, trying to drop into those hips. Give yourself a little bit of a shake. Spend time working on those hip flexors. Still focusing on the breathing, guys. That's it. Now, when you're ready, swap over to the other side. So lift that leg up. And as you lift that leg up, try and pull from that bum and that back to help pull that up. That's it. Then lift the other leg up, swap it round, let it drop across. Same again, pull that across. How are we doing at home? How are we doing live? That's it, so just dropping that leg across now, using that spare hand to drop onto that knee. And what are we doing? In through the nose. 1, 2. Don't be afraid to allow that stomach to come out the way of those lungs. Just take your time, breathe, take it steady. Lifting across, just letting everything sink into the ground. Allowing that pelvis to turn over, allowing those shoulders to stay as close to and flat to the ground as possible. Just breathe through it. So as I was saying, spend as much time as you can with your bum and your heels nice and close together, allowing space in the hips and the pelvis. If you haven't done already, join me for an animal movement session on a Friday morning, or head over to Time to Slow Down and you'll get to see all of them. All there on demand for you. So just keep focusing on the breathing, folks. Now, I hope you're enjoying everything with Virtual Revolution and the Online Hub. Hopefully we should have some more announcements for you over the next 8 days, providing everything keeps on track. That's it, guys. So in through the nose. 1, 2. Good. Now when you're ready, stand yourself up. Give yourself a little shake around. Now, I would heavily suggest, if you haven't done, please go check out the daily day planner and the daily checklist. The daily checklist is 7 things that we want you to try and do on a daily basis, which is move for 30 minutes. So this would be it.
Tick. Move for 30 minutes. Obviously you can do more. Drink 2 litres or 2.5 litres, I think it's 2 litres of water a day. I am halfway through 800 ml on that already. Compliment 3 people. Set a specific time to wake up every day. And there's a couple other bits and pieces on there as well. That I really would recommend just seeing if you can tick your way off it. Now it's an interactive PDF, so you can download it and you can literally tick it off every day as you go through it. The other thing you can do is download our day planner. Sounds daft, but plan the type of day that you want. Use the day planner to write down where it is you're heading. It's all set up for you. The type of day that you want, what you want to achieve today, one thing you want to change today, 3 steps to how you're going to change that, what time you're going to wake up tomorrow morning. It's a great thing to do either the morning of or the evening for the following day. So definitely go check those out. Folks, that concludes our mobility and breathing session this morning. The focus really was just on mobility. We did the breathing as we went through today, keeping it nice and simple. I hope you enjoyed that. And I will see some of you for live and full 45 in less than 30 minutes. Everyone else who's watching on demand, make sure you check out everything else that's available to you. I will see you all soon.